am so excited for this video. I have a bunch of projects cut out. I'm going to show you in a second. It is 9:42, so unfortunately a little bit later than I wanted, but we're going to start as soon as possible and let's see how much I can do today. Maybe we will sew into the night. Maybe, I hope not, I need to continue tomorrow. And I also have more projects than just that, so there might be a part 2. The project I'm really looking forward to, and I think I'm going to start with, is with this fabric. I will make the Mirabelle blouse with it. It's a pattern that I released 1.5 years ago, and I updated it recently, and I want to sew a new version, and I think that this block print is going to be so pretty for autumn. Project number 2 is a huge fabric file because this is going to be a set. This is a pajama set, and it has the bottoms and the top. The bottom is my Rory pants. I'm actually wearing them right now. And then the top is just going to be a self-drafted top with buttons and a big collar, long sleeves. I thought about maybe making a tutorial on how to draft it yourself, so let's see how you like it. The next project is with this viscose, also cozy fabric, and I thought about making the cloud dress, which was my most recent pattern, but without the sleeves. So it's like a pinafore dress, and then you can style it with sweaters or blouses underneath for autumn and winter. The next project is what I think most excited about. It is, I don't actually know what this fabric is. I got it as a gift, and it's dark brown, and it's gonna be dress pants. So I drafted recently dress pants sample, and I sampled a few pairs, and I think I'm ready to sew with some good fabric. I mean, I have to be, I've cut it out, but I'm so excited for it, and I think this is gonna be, I hope this is gonna be my autumn staple, and I think about maybe making this into a pattern if it turns out good and if there's some interest, so let's see. And then the very last project is with this fake leather. I made one time already like a hobo shoulder bag, and I want to make another one. So this is gonna be a really fun, quick project. And yeah. I love it when projects go efficiently and quick and you see results quickly. So the main bodice is now done. We attached the ruffle front bottom and sewed all the side and shoulder seams, and now we're just gonna add the neckline binding. Because I made this pattern recently with the updated version, I will not try it on, but if you would make now a new project or something, I would usually always try it on and see if I like it, because this is the step where you can still adjust and it's not such a hassle. You can just open up the seams. But I feel pretty confident, that's why I'm gonna add the binding immediately and then the sleeves right after. So I sewed the neckline binding, and I think it looks pretty sweet so far. I like that it's very puffy and relaxed fit. Only sleeves are left, but honestly this would be really cute with just like a little bit of ruffles here or just like that in the summer. But let's add the sleeves. The sleeves are done, and it took actually longer than expected, and this is what I ended up with. I hope you understand what I made here. I sewed on the wrong side of the sleeve a little tube and left a gap, and then put an elastic through, closed the gap, and now I have those elastic hand cuff thingies and a flared hem. And now the last thing to do is to sew it into the bodice. So I sewed on the sleeves, and the very last thing to do would be to sew the hem, which I will do in a second. And yeah, those are the puffy sleeves. I really like how they turned out. And you can roll them up a little bit if you want to. And the top is super fluffy and the back falls nicely. It's very comfortable to wear. And let's finish it and then on to the next one. So I had a little break and I already started with the next project, which is the dress pants. I already started with the pockets, so they're done. And I was charging the camera, so now you can come along again. But the pockets is anyways not the most exciting thing, it's the boring thing. It's always the same. And now that the pockets are done, it's time for the zipper. And I noticed sewing zippers can be very intimidating, especially as a beginner. After sewing it, I don't know, 5 times, it's really easy and not complicated at all. So it's really okay. The first time it's a little brain fart. I would definitely recommend to do it with some sample fabric, but then it will be alright. I hope you can see it. The fabric is dark and the light is shining in a little bit. So you can see those are the 2 front pieces, and I pressed a crease here in the middle, and then there was a pleat, so I pushed it over. I folded it over so there's a little pleat and ironed it. And then you can see there's the pockets. I just sewed on the pockets, overlocked the edge, and then stitched the pockets on the side and at the top so it doesn't move. And yeah, that's what I have so far. I did it of course on both sides. Now it's time for the zipper part, which is going to be here, and then after we move to the back part and then combine everything. This is one of my favorite parts, when the zipper is sewn in and then you top stitch it with this form, which is like most pants, you know, have the stitch here. The only thing is you need to mark it with something that later you can wash off because it's going to be visible. And then you're going to top stitch it, and this brings it all together and also secures the zipper fly, but I love this step. It makes it all come together. I would say we made some pretty good progress with the pants. I attached the front to the back and I sewed the side seams and then also the inner seam. So now it's only missing the waistband and then of course the hem, but the hem I always do last with the pants because once I attach the waistband I actually know how it fits and how long it falls, and then I will hem it. But before adding the waistband we need to sew on the belt loops, because first the belt loops and then the waistband on top, and then I fold the belt loops over and attach it to the waistband. Of course if you don't want belt loops then you can skip this step, but yeah. So this is how it looks now with the belt loops. And now it's time for the waistband, so we can put this aside. So I'm gonna sew the waistband pieces together and then attach it. So I tried the pants now on. I attached the waistband, but I didn't top stitch it yet. And you can see the belt loops are still full, so I will top stitch the waistband. I also still need to sew on a button. Actually, I think I won't sew a button, but maybe like a hook or a click button so you don't see it. I want it to be not visible. And then the belt loops need to be folded over and attached. And then of course the hem. And then we're completely done. I didn't sew any welt pockets now, but I mean ideally you sew them when you sew the darts after immediately before attaching everything. But I tried it out and you can also sew the welt pockets after. So I think I will sew them, I will wear them for a little bit and then later decide if I want welt pockets, but that's how they look. And I really like them. So I finished the pants and then took a little break. That's why a little bit of time passed. But I needed to eat something and have a little break after those two projects. And because I live in Sweden, it's already getting a little bit dark-ish outside. But we have now like 6 o'clock. And I think I will quickly squeeze in the bag because I know it won't take so long. And then just the whole evening work on the pajama set and hopefully get it done today. And yeah, that's the plan. I've just cut out the fake leather pieces for front and back, and you can see those are gonna be the stripes, and then here's the bottom, and this is gonna be the back. I'm actually following my own tutorial. I have a video tutorial on how to make this bag, and now I only need to decide what inside lining fabric I want to have.
That's because you don't have a belt on. Here. I'll accessorize. I can put a belt on. No, life. Stories opportunities. What I teach is more than just literature. It's lessons.
So now it's already really dark, but we finished the bag. I mean, it's nothing new to me. I made this bag before, but I had leather, this fake leather left over, and I loved it so much. And now I have a fresh new one, and I'm really excited because I think it fits perfect with the blouse and pants that we sewed today. It's really late. I'm gonna start on the pajamas. I might finish the pajama set tomorrow, and the cloud pinafore dress I'm not gonna start today.
Breakfast and lunch crazy, huh? Yes. Okay, so now you know. Don't worry, you are one class abroad.
Antonio, please bring out the Twinkies.
It's the next day and I'm quite happy with what I could sew yesterday in one day. It was a little bit bigger project. I sewed yesterday already the bag. I decided to make here a little cut around the shoulder and add this little pleat, which I think a lot of pajamas have, and I really like how it looks. And then I attached the two front pieces, the shoulder and the side seams. So this is where we will continue. My plan is to make some buttons here, have some long sleeves, and then the big collar. So let's start. So I attached the sleeve, as you probably saw. There's a little bit of ruffles. The color, I didn't sew the buttons yet, there's just pins in now, and the hem needs to be done. So we're almost done, only the hem and the buttons, and I found some really, really sweet buttons. Those are the buttons I found. Aren't they adorable? It's like little flower. It's gonna be so cute. So yeah, I like the length of the sleeves. I made them very long, so it's really cozy. So yeah, I really like it. It's so comfortable. I really like the pleat in the back. I think it looks really nice. So I'm gonna start now with the pants, which means I will put the two front pieces on top of each other, right sides together, and sew the crotch and do the same with the back pieces. Now that I've sewn the crotch together, I can put front and back on top of each other, right sides together, and sew the side seams and the inner leg seam. And I mean, pants are so quick, and then just put on the waistband fabric piece and the elastic and hem, and that's done. Okay, so I sewed on the waistband, then I didn't put the elastic through, so I just pinned the sides, but they're gonna be like a little roughly. And those are the pants, and I absolutely love the set. Unfortunately, I cannot finish because I kind of need to run, but I will finish the buttons in the evening and the elastic and the hems, and I will probably blend you in somewhere how it all looks. But thank you so much for joining me. This was everything that I sewed in a little bit over a day. We almost managed everything. The only thing we didn't manage was the pinafore dress. But either I just sew it and I'm gonna show it to you on Instagram or blend it in somewhere, or we have part 2. So let me know if you want to see it. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!